Hello everyone, welcome to Visual Arts Tailor. I am Sudeep and today I am back again with another very interesting tutorial. It has full of animation from beginning to the end. So without wasting any time, let's jump into it. Now here in After Effects, I will create a new comp as usual, setting the preset to HDTV 1080. I will choose the frame rate to 30 and I will add the duration to 2701. Now I'll create a new shape layer, select the ellipse tool, then I'm going to draw an ellipse with pressing the shift key and the left mouse button, and you can see that I made the circle proportionally. I'm gonna choose the stroke none and the fill color to white for now. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to basically select the shape layer and press P to open the position and shift T to add the opacity attribute along with the position. Now for the first frame, I'm going to down the opacity to 0 and hit the stopwatch to create a keyframe. Now I will go to 7th frame and up the opacity to 100. You can see that it appears nicely. Now I will go to the last keyframe by pressing K, and now I will duplicate the shape layer and again press P and shift T as well, and now I will create a keyframe for the position of the second shape, and then I will go forward for 7 frames and move the circle at positive X direction of 160 value. To do so, I will simply add the value here with previous number, and now I will continue the same process up to 15th shape. So let me finish it and I will join after that. So here you can see that I have created 15 individual shapes and already arranged them properly. Now I will select all the layers and pre-compose them. Now double click on pre-comp to coincide it, then create a null object, and I will move them to the extreme left side of the comp, and next I will open the pre-comp setting, resize it to somewhere like 2400 by 230 pixels. I think 2500 pixels would be better, and once again I'll move them, and here all the shapes are perfectly placed. And now select all those shape layer and press U to reveal all the keyframes, and you can see that the last keyframe is at 314. So I will move forward for another second, and at 415 I will start disappearing those shapes one by one. So I will start with the first shape, create a keyframe with opacity 100. Next I will move 5 frame ahead by pressing page down key 5 times and then turn the opacity down to 0. And then at this point I'll select the second shape, and as you can see that there are no keyframes for the opacity of all those shape layers. So what I'm going to do, I will select all the layers and press T and create keyframes for all the shapes together at a time. Again move 5 frames ahead and turn down the opacity to 0. Now I have to shift them properly, so let me do that, and once again I'll meet you at the end. Now let's play the animation. It looks perfect. Now I'll jump back to main comp, and just for now I will copy one single shape layer from circle move and paste it to the main comp, then press U to open the opacity, and I'll simply remove all the keyframe, up the value to 100. Then I will align the shape layer to middle of the comp, and now I will start the main title animation. So for now, at the beginning I will once again manually create some movement for the shapes, and I'm not gonna use the pre-comp right now. So what I'm gonna do, first of all, select the shape and I will duplicate it, and I will use the same technique to arrange their position. I will duplicate the shape, that one in the middle, and move it up. Next I will select 3 layers, and let's turn off the visibility of the fourth layer first. Then I will fill the selected layers with color, and then I will turn on the visibility for the fourth layer and select it and fill it with another color. And for now I will hide it and select first 3 layer, create a pre-comp, and I will create a mask for it and make animation for the mask path, and create a keyframe, and I will actually move the keyframe to 15th frame. Then I will go to 1 second and then move the path to reveal all 3 shapes. I will add some feather, and then again I will copy and paste the keyframe at 115, and at 2 I will make it disappear. And at this point I will turn on the shape layer, the blue shape layer, and put it below the circulated pre-comp, and now you can see it reveals the blue circle. Now here at this point, create another 2 copies of the blue circle layer. I will actually move them vertically. So I'll open their position altogether and create keyframe at 215, then go to 3 second, create keyframes, and now play the animation from the beginning. And then again I will select those 3 shape layer, and then again with selecting those 3 shape layer I will create another pre-comp, so circle blue, and now I will simply select the red circle, press M to reveal the mask, and select, copy it, and then go to 215, select circle blue, paste, press M and delete first 2 keyframe, and now I will drag the other 2 keyframe, and I will trim the blue circle comp at this point so that it won't get revealed earlier. Now from here I will work with the first pre-comp I made. I will move it and adjust its position and drag the anchor point at the middle of the circle. Press R to open the rotation, and I will rotate it to 180 degree, and you can see how easily I can uh, rotate and move the whole comb by setting the anchor point to the middle of the first circle. Now I will add a fill effect to the comb, and now I will change the fill color. This one is good. And now I want the other comb to be filled with exactly same color. So I'm not gonna go there and select all of them one by one and change their fill color. I will just simply select the fill color effect and paste it to the comb. And you can also create a fill effect for this layer too. And now I'm gonna move the pre-comp layer to the bottom, then press open third bracket to shift the comb at the current frame. Here you can see that the shapes are moving in a proper way. Now I have to stop it right here, so I can basically enable the time remapping. I'll create a keyframe here. Now I will jump to the next keyframe by clicking here and simply remove it. Now you can see it has stopped. Now I'll make a duplicate of it, move it down to the particular position, and then rotate it back to 0. Now it looks good, but if you actually watch the animation, you will see that the color of the fourth circle of this comb is different. It goes red, 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 and suddenly it changes to yellow, and then again it changes to red. So I have to change the color manually. So I will simply jump back to project panel and duplicate circle move, and I'm gonna add it to the comb, and I will copy the position and rotation value and paste it to this new comb. Next I will press Y to activate pan behind tool, then click and hold left mouse button to select the anchor point, and press shift and alt at the same time and just drag it to adjust its position. So I have to adjust a little bit here, and now it is done. And then I will enable time mapping for this comp also, but I will select the first comp and copy the time remap value from here and paste it here. And now I will go to the last keyframe like previous one, and again just remove it. And now I will copy the fill effect from the other comp and go inside the new one, and then select the first 5 layers. I don't want to select the other layers unnecessarily, and paste the fill effect for all of them. I will select the fourth layer and change its color to this one. Now I will go back to main comp, delete the extra pre-comp that I have created earlier. Here you can see it's done. Now somewhere at this point at 410, I will start making it disappear. So again, I will select the circle move to come, press U. I will move the time indicator to 4 second 9 frame, copy paste the last keyframe, then go to 410, put the value 415, and now you can easily see that all the shapes are open, because if I go inside the comp, you can see that all the shapes are present at 415. So what you have to do here is simply put a mask on it, and remember, you have to follow that process every time you create a new comp. And I will also create a mask right now for the second comp, and let's go back to first pre-comp. And now, as you know that it takes 5 frames to disappear, so for 5 shapes it will take up to 25 frames. So I will simply move 25 frames ahead from here, and put the value 505, or rather I should say 510 actually, and I have to move it another 5 frame, 1 2 3 4 5 here, and now the animation looks good. And at this point, it's when the first comp starts to disappear, I will actually select and duplicate the comp and place it below. Then I'll change the rotation to -90 for that, and fill it with blue color. Now I'm going to move it to here. Now I will continue the animation process just by rearranging the keyframes of the time remap attribute. Now I have to create another two comps similarly, and you can see that I have created another two comps, and there will be third one appearing from this point. And from this point the scene starts to rotate, and it moves far away till the circles meet with the title, where the circles match up with the letters, and so on. So basically I'm gonna create a camera. Let's take a 50mm camera and convert all the comp layers to 3D. Now at this point I'll select the camera and open position and rotation attribute, and then create keyframe for position and orientation. Go to somewhere around 20 seconds and set the orientation to 270, and move the camera towards the positive Z direction. And then I will create the most important thing right now. I'm gonna select these three beacon, or let's select all those precomps and create another precomp. Now I will double click on it to go inside the comp. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna open the composition setting, and I'm gonna resize it to 6000 by 6000, or or actually I should set it to 10,000 by 6,000, and I will start the animation. But actually before starting the animation, I will jump back to the main comp, and I will quickly uh, oh, I think I forgot to change the pre-comp into 3D layer, and now I'll quickly create the title text. I'll I will be using the Futura font. You guys can see the characters and all the attributes I am setting right now. Now press Ctrl Alt Home to move the anchor point at the center of the text layer, and then I will align it to the center of the comp. And now let me finish the animation and align it with the text layer, and it's gonna take some time. So let me finish it, and I'll be back right after that. Here you can see that I have finished the animation and did some overlaps, like here at this point you can see that after reaching towards this point it starts to disappear. So what I did is very easy. I just simply took this precom and duplicated it, and then with the help of time remapping I broke them into two parts. From here you can see that if I turn off this layer first, you can see that it is up to this point. I masked out the rest of the part and used the same mask to the duplicated layer and inverted it, and you can see that both layers are synced together perfectly. And here you can see that I have done the same thing, and here for this precomp also. Now here at this point you can see that the precomp with the red circle below the yellowish one, what I did, I just simply duplicated this precomp and put it right below it, and then mask this portion out, and that's it. And from the outside you can see I have made some changes. That's like first few shapes that I created, I decided to keep them outside of the comp, and then I completed the camera animation by adding and adjusting a few keyframes, and it simply did the rest of the part on its own. So the camera rotation is complete. Now it's time to move to the rest of the part. So what I'm gonna do, I will quickly jump back into the precomp. So what I'm gonna do here, I will simply go to this point, start to create a mask. I'm sorry, I have to select this one first, and then I will mask it, and then just subtract and double click on it with pressing Ctrl and Shift. I will scale it down to this point and create mask path, and then I will go there. Actually it could create problem, so I will just go back quickly and then create a keyframe here first, then go back to this point and scale it down. And now you can see it's moving a little bit faster, and also I'm not gonna fully cover it. I will keep it here to align it with the text here, you can see. And now let's go back, and I guess it's good, and I will make it a little bit slower. And now I will create the same thing for this one. Here you can see that I have made some changes. What I have basically done, that I have added an extra layer of circle and made the same animation. But the main reason to do it is, if you see that I'm gonna show you without these two circle, that it is simply cutting out the inner part, but to make the animation perfect, I have to scale it down also, so that I can match the outer edge properly. And to do so, I created these two shape layer in extra and scale them down along with the mask animation. And I have also added fill color effect and made animation for that too, so that it could change to white. And now you can see that I have trimmed down both comp layer to its final keyframe, and there's nothing to worry about this mask path animation, because I have exactly duplicated it into this circle layer to match it properly. And now you can see how the shape is scaling down and the color is changing along with it. And if I go to the main title pre-comp, it's good. Now I have to do something with the text layer, so that these two don't appear here at this moment. And also I have to hide the end too. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna quickly mask it. Quickly go there for the N first. I'm going to create a keyframe for the mask opacity with 100 value, and at this point it should be appear. So I will quickly down the mask opacity to 0 and looks good. And I'll do the same thing for the O. I will quickly duplicate the title 2 times, and for the first title I will delete those masks, and now it is solved. Now I just have to actually undo that first, and I will remove those keyframes for the mask opacity and choose subtract for the mask option. Now for the duplicated title layer that I have made, I will remove the mask, and I'm gonna remove all those keyframes also, and I will delete one mask. And at this point I will parent it with the main title layer, change the mask option to add. Now it looks good. Now I don't need this mask opacity anymore, and select the layer, press T, add a keyframe to opacity and put the value to 0. This point, up the value to 100, and it is done. I will do the same thing for the second O, and simply delete those masks and add it. I don't need mask opacity, make it 100 and remove all those, but keep the opacity, and I will arrange the keyframes. It is done. I will simply parent it, and it's ready. Now actually the first part of the animation is done, and here comes the second part, that is flying paper effect. I've already uploaded a tutorial video separately on how to create flying paper animation in After Effects, so please go check it out first. And now I will show you how I have placed the animation and merged it with the first part. So let's go. Here you can see that I have placed the flying paper comb, and it's already looking beautiful. But the thing is that when all the paper flies off, in the end it reveals the letter. So basically I have to remove the O at that point. It's very easy. I will simply move the time indicator to that position and jump into the comp layer by double clicking on it. Next I will select the text without touching the time indicator, trim the layer by pressing Alt and close third bracket. Here you can see the animation. It looks great. Now I will repeat this process for the next one. And finally I'm gonna add a CinemaScope bar to crop the scene. I've already imported a PNG. I'll simply put that into the comp, and the title animation is complete. So that's it for today. If you found this video useful, then please hit the like button and share it with others. And please do subscribe to Visual Arts Stellar and hit the bell icon to get notification as soon as I upload a new content. I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, be happy, be creative. Bye bye.